this up. Be Casey.
Well, I brought my chart back in since we are on a series based on koshas. And this week, it's Manomaya Kosha. And mano means mind. So I have the person sitting here in meditation. It looks like a target in the center. And this is really showing just the layers of a person's being. So the first week, we started this series, it was Manomaya Kosha, which is all about the physical body, the dense and gross parts of our anatomy. And the second week was the Manomaya Kosha, which is more of the energetic anatomy. It's the energetic sheath, or what we call the breath body. And then this week with Manomaya Kosha, I want you to think about how last week with the energetic body, it's not visible, it's invisible, but it can be experienced, it can be measured, it can be felt. We're moving into a more subtle layer because it goes from gross to subtle. So even more subtle than that is this layer, which is all the mind stuff. So when we say all the mind stuff that concerns this layer, it's just the river of thoughts that move through the mind. It also includes our emotions and how we're feeling. It includes our imagination, our way of envisioning, the insights we receive, the intuitive guidance or messages that we receive. It also is about our dreams at night when we're asleep. It's about our daydreams when we're kind of zoning out and thinking about our future. It can also represent fantasies. And if you think about, hi, and I got the props ready for you.
Thank you.
Everything that I just mentioned, right, that's invisible too. I mean, we may get a vision in our mind, but it's not here in front of us. It's not tangible. It's not touchable. So isn't it interesting how people know that they're thinking, know about the mind, and they believe that to be reality, but yet they don't necessarily believe in energetic anatomy, meridians, chakras, or the energy exchange that we have amongst each other. It's interesting, right? But the Manomaya Kosha is just even a more subtle layer than the energetic body. So that's what I want us to focus on today. Anytime that we're here on the mat practicing our yoga or sitting in meditation, we are bringing our awareness to the stream of thoughts. We are using a technique to try to slow them down. We're using a technique to try to get more clear. Or we're using a technique to be very contemplative about one particular thing or object. So notice while we're going through our practice, the times that you are just fully aware of your body, first layer, fully aware of your breath body or the energy of the pose in the second layer, and then also noticing the mind stuff that comes up during the practice. All right, we're going to start on our backs. Separate your feet. Flex the ankles. And then seal them down and let the toes roll out to the sides. Drop the shoulders away from the face. Pick up the back side of the head, tuck the chin in the chest, and then gently roll back down. So we just created a little adjustment for the physical body. If this did not serve you, you are welcome to change your shape. Close the lids of the eyes. Tune and tap within yourself. Try to relax the bones. The bones spill down and get heavy. And try to soften the muscles that overlay the bones. We will be using them shortly. With your hands resting on your core, notice how the belly moves up and down as you breathe. And then start to improve the quality of the breath. Start to even improve the amount of air that you're taking in. Come engrossed with your breath, invested in your breath, and feed the second layer. We're going to be feeding our minds today with affirmations, positive statements that hold higher truths. We're also going to end this practice with a mantra meditation, feeding our minds that particular style or technique, because a mantra means a mind tool. Mantras and affirmations are used as a way to go beyond our negative or everyday thoughts. For now, include the affirmation: bones, muscles, movement. I surrender now. Anxiety, elation, depression, any and all turning thoughts, I now give over to the hands of peace. Take 3 more breaths. Inhale, let's slide the feet back. Rock the knees together. Inhale, fly the arms up towards the ceiling, straight over the body. Exhale, cross your right arm in front of your left, so the right arm's closer to the face. And the fingertips are going to dangle down towards the shoulders. The elbows are going to point straight up. The arms are located in between the chin and the chest, kind of hanging out over the collarbones. Your hands do not need to cup the shoulders, they're just dangling that direction. This is opening up the yang meridians on the outside of the arms. You can feel how it's affecting the area surrounding your shoulder blades. Keeping the knees bent so that we're lengthening the low back. Monitoring sensation. Monitoring your breath. Staying introspective. Observing any and all thoughts as they percolate up to the surface of your mind. Using your breath as a way to recenter, as a way to clear them out.
They're not going to go away completely, but they can at least slow down. On your next in-breath, gently open the arms, swaying them to the sides, palms facing upward. And as you exhale, float the feet off the floor and let the knees roll all the way over to the left side. So you're taking a supine twist. The chin can stay in line with the chest, or you're welcome to roll it towards one or the other shoulder. Nowadays, they're calling the gut the second brain. Nowadays, we know that the mind is not limited to the brain. The mind actually affects the entire body. Memory is even stored in the body, not just the brain. So on your next inhalation, gently roll back to center. Drop the feet gently to the mat, crisscross your left ankle over the right knee, pick up your right foot, thread your hands behind your right thigh, and hug in. If it's too much for you to hug it in, maybe that's too much for your knee. You can keep the right foot on the floor, or you can stand it on a block. Eye of the needle pose. Now we're going to pierce the navel in towards the spine, and we're going to peel the backside of the head off the floor and lift the head up towards the knee. And then slowly we're going to lower the head back to the floor. And then inhale, fly the right foot skyward, pointing the toes. Exhale, flexing the ankle, lifting through the heel. Inhale, point the toes. Exhale, flex through the heel. Do that one more time. And now flop the right foot back down towards the buttocks. Get another squeeze. And then release. Uncross that left foot. Rock the knees back together and then fly the arms skyward again. This time, cross the left arm in front closer to the face. Elbows pointed upward, fingertips drizzling down towards the shoulders. It's more of a passive yin type stretch. Make sure you're keeping your face available. Free of the arms so that you can still openly breathe. Just observing the breath flowing in, flowing out. Now knowing the first three layers, staying aware of which layer you happen to be dwelling in. The body, the energy or with the breath, or perhaps the mind. I want you to move into that mental layer and affirm to yourself, quietly stating within, I rise above the past and the future to this eternal moment of now. Inhale, fan your arms open. Float the feet away from the ground and let the knees roll off to the right. From the supine twist, head stays still. Excuse me, or turning your head. We know scientifically now that moving and exercising the body can improve the mind. It can uplift our feelings and it can change our attitudes. We know from experience on the mat, controlling the breath is a great way to slow and calm the mind. It shows that these layers have an influence upon each other. Affirm mentally within. I am now open and receiving new life force energy to flow within. Receive it with your next breath. Turn the head to center, draw the knees to center, drop the feet to the sticky mat. Cross the right ankle over your left knee, hook your hands behind your left thigh. Gently hugging in. From eye the needle pose, pierce the navel in, slowly pick the back of the head up, curling in. Eventually releasing the head. Flying the left foot up, pointing your toes initially, and then flexing through the ankle. And do that a couple more rounds. Flop that left foot down again. Give a little extra squeeze if that's available. And then release. Uncross the right foot, roll to one side of your body. And did everyone grab a strap? Oh, I failed to get you a strap, Debbie. So here you go. Oh, you had no idea. Sweet. We're going to fold the strap in half. And then we're going to hold it in front of us, shoulder distance apart. We're going to inhale, lift the arms all the way up. And as we exhale, we're going to curve to the left, staying grounded on our seats. Breathing into that side strip of the body, breathing into that side lung. Affirming here, strength and courage fills up my body cells. Inhale, rise to the top. Exhale, take it to the other. Chandrasana from a seated variation. Strength and courage fills up my body cells. Inhale, rise back up to the top. Exhale, bring the strap just behind the back of the neck. Sitting it towards the wall behind you. Maybe feeling some of that tension getting released. I'm really shaking mine today.
Mine too.
Yes. Whew. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands down. We're going to bring the strap with us when we stand. This time when you come up to stand,
We're going to, first of all, ground the feet. Stack the ankles, knees, and the frontal part of the hips. As you're rooting the feet down super heavy, you're going to feel your knees engage, your quads fire up, and then your arms are going to lift overhead. So we have a grounding line of energy and a lifting line of energy. Feel both. Tap into that layer within the energetic body. Influenced by what we're doing physically from the outermost layer. And then concentrate your mind, the third layer. Now, as you exhale, bring the arms down. Send the strap behind your back. Let your shoulders crank back and let your arms fly up. With your arms flying up, iron your ribs down and drop the tailbone down. Neutralize your neck. And then we're going to take it into a back bend. So to take it into a back bend, we're going to lift through the floating ribs. We're going to slowly arch back and drive the hands down towards the heels. Don't have to go very far. Good, bend your knees, sit back with your hips, and now roll over your lap. Let your head fall towards the knees and let your arms continue to fly up overhead. Breathe. Slowly dip the hands down, come all the way up to stand. Now you're going to widen your strap. When you widen your strap, you're going to widen your handhold to it, lifting the right arm as you breathe in, and then circle the arms down towards the buttocks as you breathe out. Stay with your right hand. Inhale, the right arm lifts up and overhead. Exhale, bring it back down in front of you. Good, again, inhale, right arm lifts, crossing over the back and lowering to the sacrum. Right arm again, inhale, lifting, exhale to send. One more. Now we'll take it to the left. Inhale, left arm lifts. Circle the arm back and down. Inhale, circle it out and up. And exhale back down in front of you. Two more times with the left arm. Good, now we can release that strap. We're going to stand at the front side of the mat. Feel free to have your blocks available if you like to need them. And bring hands to prayer position at the heart. Lodge the feet down into the floor. Really feel the texture of that sticky mat between the toes and down to the soles of the feet. Circle the arms up overhead. Keep your chin parallel to the floor. Exhale, you're going to bring the palms together and you're going to fold straight down through the middle, separating your hands along the way as you bow. Let your head release. Keep the feet firmly pressing so that you're building not just flexibility through the lower body, but strength. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale all the way to the top. Urdhva Hastasana, keep your legs kind of locked in place. Hands together and humbly fold again. Uttanasana. Doing some half sun sounds. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Look out with your eyes. Exhale, drop back in. Inhale up to the top. Let your arms straighten your face. Exhale, hands to the heart. We're going to do one more of those. Inhale, sweep the arms skyward. Exhale, fold through the middle. Inhale, lift and lengthen out halfway. Exhale, roll back in. Now, holding your Uttanasana, standing strong through your legs and feet, plugging the belly in, letting the arms release like a rag doll. Affirming here as you hold, nothing and no one on this earth can hold me down or back. But think about how this layer, this Manomaya Kosha, is often holding us back with our doubts, with our fears. Inhale, step back, plank. Pause here in plank. We're going to take 3 full breaths. Now exhale to downward facing dog and take 3 full breaths. Inhale, come forward, plank. Take 3 full breaths. Knowing and observing whether or not your mind or body wants to take over. Exhale, down dog, 3 full breaths. We're doing this one more round. Inhale, plank. Shoulders stacking over wrist. All right, power back. Downward facing dog. Hold 3 full breaths. Affirming, I am strong and resilient. I am strong and resilient. And then spill the knees down to the floor, and you're going to find your 2 blocks. Sit back towards your heels, but we're not going to stay there. The hands are going to locate on top of the block, shoulder distance apart. And then as we fold over the lap, the blocks are going to slide ahead of this. And the head is going to be right inside the arm bones. So the head's hovering off the floor. Breathe into the underside of the arms, into the pits of the arms. Feel the traction you're receiving through your arms and back. The openness that you're gaining between each vertebra. Inhale, slide the blocks in and closer together. Enough so that your elbows can travel forward, but your palms can glue together. And you're going to rebow your head in between the arms. This time, you're welcome to rest the face on the blocks or the brow on the blocks. So we were doing some strengthening with the upper body, and now we're bringing in the counter or the stretch. I always think this is a powerful affirmation. Feel free to affirm it with me. Our prayer is for all of mankind to live in harmony and in peace. Our prayer is for all of mankind to live in harmony and in peace. And then inhale, slowly lift the head up. When you lift the head up, take the blocks off to the sides. When you come up to tabletop, you're going to step your right foot forward. And you're going to flatten that foot and lunge the knee until the knee stops right over the ankle. If your knee crosses past it, just slide your foot on that. All right, on your next inhale, you're lifting the arms up overhead. At the same time, you're pushing heavy through that right foot so that you're not dragging the hips. Good. If you want to strike a back bend, feel free. As you exhale, bring the hands to prayer position. Twist off to the right. Let the elbow rest to the top or to the outside of the front knee. Shoulders not happy with it. I'm sorry. Did that first pose do it?
Oh, good.
Okay, good.
Just take my time.
I added that just for you.
I appreciate it. Okay.
As you exhale, unwind. We're going to back up with the right knee. And we're going to step forward with the left foot. Checking that precision of alignment. And then inhale, root down through the front foot, build up with your upper body. Stay here with the spine erect or strike the back bend if you're so willing and if your body's allowing. Hands come together, twist to your left, elbow to the opposite side of that front knee. Stay connected to your breath. Exhale, unwind, take the hands down. Let your left knee slide back. All right, we're gonna build a little bit more upper body strength here. So locate your hands, shoulder distance apart. We're gonna rock forward with the upper body and lower like a half chaturanga. Don't go down too low because it may be too hard to get back up. And then inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, slide back into extended child. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, rock forward, elbow squeeze to the side body as you drop and hover. Inhale, press up. Exhale, take it back. 3 more times. So your shoulders and hips can be level with each other, different than Ashtanga Pranam where the hips stay higher. And again, don't worry about how high or low you are from the floor. Honor your body. Meet yourself where you feel strong. Next time you lift up, we're coming down to Sphinx. So come down onto your thighs, onto your pubic bone, elbows stacking underneath the head of the shoulders, arms pushing down so that we can fly the head and the heart up. Legs shoot back more to offer space to the low back. Tighten up through the glutes, pull in through the belly, and breathe. We're going to do a form of locust following this, but for now, close your eyes. Affirming, I rise joyfully to greet each and every new opportunity. As you exhale, slide your elbows out, roll down to your chin and chest, slide your arms forward. And we're going to do kind of the swimming variation of locust in the gentle way. So inhale, right arm, left leg, and head lifts. Exhale, descend. Inhale, left arm, head, chest, right leg lifts. Good. Exhale, descend. And you're alternating back and forth. I like the Ujjayi breath with this one. So you can hear the sound of the breath. This is a good core strengthener, not just a back strengthener. It's also toning for the legs and glutes. One more each. When you come back down, hands are going to slide up underneath the shoulders. And when you bring the hands under the shoulders, roll the shoulders back, come up to a baby cobra. Similar to what we were just doing in locust. But breathe, using the diaphragm muscle. So that you're lifting on the inhale, slightly spilling down on the exhale. That's it. I can see it in my peripheral view. Good. Awesome. Now bring the face down. Now, if we want to go to upward facing dog, the hands have to slide back past the chest, more towards the base of the ribs. And then inhale, lift your head, shoulders, chest, and the hips off the floor. I would suggest keeping the knees down. And then exhale, roll it back. Downward facing dog. So in downward facing dog, you're making that inverted V shape with your body. Sailing your seat skyward. Imagine someone has a strap up underneath your pelvis and they're standing beside you and pulling your hips up and back, up and back, up and back towards the back wall. Good. Now inhale, come forward, plank. Try not to drag your hips. That requires palms pressing and thighs lifting. Exhale, down dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, down dog. Stay with your breath. We know this pose can be calming for the mind. We know the breath can calm the mind. So where is your mind at? Notice that layer. One more set. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Now travel the feet forward towards the hands. Allow the weight to come off the wrists as you fold. Let the head go. Nod your head. Yes, no, or blend. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, pour down. Inhale to Urdhva Hastasana at the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale halfway up. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. We're doing one more. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale up to the top. Exhale, hands home, sweet home to the heart. Pause with your eyes closed. Soften the shoulders. Feel the warmth of your hands. Stay balanced in your body. And affirm salutations to the sun, to the awakening light within, to the dawning of a much higher state of consciousness in all beings. We're going to separate our feet. Bend the knees and stack the elbows on top for bear pose. And feet are parallel, toes point forward. Try not to bow the low back. Find one of your blocks. Turn your toes out. And come down to sit on the block. Can turn 3 different heights. But you're going to take squat with a block underneath your tailbone. Hands to prayer position. And then purposely widen your thighs. Close your eyes. Try not to let the knees roll in. Keep your thighs externally rotated. Let your feet be flat to the floor. Just breathe. Sometimes we do a twist from Malasana. We're going to try to do it here with the block. And we're going to stand on the left fingertips, right inside the foot. And then we're just going to flare that right arm out. Now, at the same time you're flaring the right arm out and up, you're using the left arm to kind of push that left knee and thigh a little bit more open. Good. Exhale, come back, hands to prayer. The right fingertips lower to the inside of the foot. Inhale, sail the left arm out and up. Use that right arm to keep that right side open. Keep the breath open. All right, we're going to come away from that block and gently lower down to a seat. Feet are going to be standing in front of us, hands holding your shins. Inhale, we're going to dip the head down and then pull it up as if we're diving underneath one of the waves in the ocean. And then exhale, pull the belly back, straighten the arms and push back into the shoulder blades. Seated cat-cow. When you're ready, inhale, widen your thighs. Open your heart and throat. And then as you exhale, contract your core, hide the heart away. Couple more. Come on. You're going to slide your left foot in, and your right foot is going to be in front of your left shin. We're lifting up to the crown of the head, and then we're walking the hands out in front of us. We're spilling over the lap to your degree of flexibility to open the hips. High or as low as you need to be. And it's okay to use props to rest on. I see Beth doing that here. We're cooling down. Inhale, come back up. Rotate around to the right. Take a spinal twist. Close the eyes. Affirming, I radiate my love, goodwill, compassion to soul friends everywhere. Beam it to wherever you want to send it. Whether it's across the room or across the world. Exhale and one. We're going to reverse the crossing of the feet. So now the right foot's closer to the left foot's farther in front. We'll lift to the crown and then slowly hinge down. And you may have to pause anywhere along the way. Pay attention to your hips, knees, and low back. Feel free to utilize props. Inhale back and away. Exhale, twist off to the left. All right, I think for gentle, for blissful, we led up to like this really fancy peak pose where we were going into wheel and walking the feet up the wall and kicking over. We're not doing that.
I want to do that one.
And then we did a sitting meditation with the mantra that we're going to listen to. So I think for gentle, I think we just need to lie down and move towards that state of Shavasana, but keeping our mind established on the mantra. So let's go ahead and relax the body. So you can do a couple different things. For one, you can bring the bolster behind you and create a heart opening pose. Since you have the two blocks, if you want to do reclined butterfly with it, you can obviously add this in too. So the one that I want to use is actually for YouTube. It's a new one that I've discovered. It's a mantra that you've heard with me before called Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum represents the jewel of the lotus, the spirit in our own heart. I'm going to turn this up so you can meditate on it. And by meditating on it, you can just listen and absorb, or you can listen and repeat to yourself. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mantra meditation is typically in with silence. The Dalai Lama says that particular mantra purifies the mind. Using it consistently help the mind become more like the Buddha.
any mantra meditation is going to be purifying. The Buddhists tend to really run with this one you just heard. In order to celebrate the jewel of the lotus, in order to experience the spirit of your heart, we have to dive deep within. We have to surf through these layers of our being to discover that we are more than this physical shell of body. We are more than just the runoff thoughts in our mind. We'll continue this series for the next couple of weeks to learn more. Go ahead and enhance your breath. Perhaps bending your knees. Rolling away to one side. And coming up formally to sit. So I gave Reiki yesterday. We had a full house. There were 15 in the studio, and I noticed a lot of people here yesterday needed work on their throat chakra. So chanting is a great way to open up the throat chakra. So if you had this mantra meditation playing and you wanted to recite it verbally, it's fantastic for the center. Or even just listening can go with the throat chakra. Listening and absorbing it and repeating it in your mind. Any type of sound meditation is also excellent for creating space in the mind and for using that sound to break up blockages, to get into a meditative state. Let's bring our hands to prayer position at the heart. May we all walk away from this practice, being more free and at peace in our bodies, hearts, minds. Namaste. So you guys for showing up. It's really important that I remind you yet again, schedule's modified this week. So not every class is going to be happening. For instance, my Wednesday morning 9:30 is not happening. But the 11 o'clock gentle restorative is. So if you want to come back at 11 o'clock on Wednesday, we'll be more restorative with our practice.